We made it.
We did.
Yes, congratulations.
If it's Tuesday, that means it's time for the comic book live show.
All right, it is Tuesday.
Yes, because at comic book school, we own Tuesday. And today is Tuesday, May 31st.
Mm-hmm. All correct.
Cool. Now, we're supposed to be speaking tonight with Jessi Sheron to give us an insight into the Kickstarter campaign, The C in You.
I see that on the screen.
I know. And as Com Nation, we do trivia. It's time for everybody's favorite thing from the substitute teacher. Pop quiz.
Oh. Don't like pop quizzes.
Yeah, you ready?
Yep, hit me. True. Oh, B. It's B. Mermaid.
Yes. In the C in You, Corinth meets a mermaid.
Yay.
Okay, I promise I do this better at my own show. Yeah, so Corinth is the main character.
Okay.
And then there's the mermaid.
Mm-hmm.
Our special guest is Jessi Sheron. She's is the writer and the illustrator of the C and U graphic novel. These are some of the pictures, obviously.
These aren't just ones you found randomly and decided to put up?
No. But the part I like here is like the mermaid is eating a hamburger, because that's good.
Everybody loves a hamburger except vegetarians and vegans.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's just lots of really great art from this. And what apparently the inspiration for this book
Maybe it is a fish fillet.
The inspiration was not a fish fillet, although that's awesome. It was Friday. They were Catholic. They're like, hey. No, but the inspiration was sort of a different retelling of the My Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid story.
It's My Little Pony.
My Little Mermaid Pony.
Yeah.
Mike, how would you go about telling the My Little Mermaid Pony story?
Well, I'd start with the fish fillet, and then I'd kind of move on from there. Fish.
Yeah.
Or maybe a combination of a fish fillet and a hamburger. Because, that's how that works.
It's an interesting, though, because it's like as you're kind of seeing, or maybe, from as you can kind of see from let's show the arts again. This is, Corinth here. She's a little goth. She's a little dark,
Corinth is the person.
Corinth is the lead who's not the mermaid.
Okay.
So I could be wrong, but I seem to think that the mermaid's name is Scylla.
Scylla?
Yeah, don't quote me on that.
All right. I won't.
And yeah, it is beautiful art.
I liked how you've been putting the art up in the middle, because Buddy doesn't do that.
Buddy's not here.
That's true. You are the substitute teacher.
I know. And this is going on your permanent record. So I will say, now hang on 1 minute. There is some other fun stuff to tell you a little bit more.
Yeah, more fun than a mermaid.
It's summer, perfect. But they actually have a promotional video, so hold please.
Oh, I like videos.
of strange and amazing. It's a different take on a mermaid. It's like it's a goth mermaid.
Yeah. Skylla, I think her name was. Skylla.
Skylla.
Yeah,
Skylla, which we'll keep with the sort of fish fillet.
I want to know if the mermaid is going to be able to walk around on land, or is she going to stay a mermaid?
Well, maybe if she has access to a magical robe. Do you know anyone with a magical robe that
I do know some. I know there are a few people who own a magical robe.
Haha. Hold, please.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Uh-oh.
What'd you do?
Did I do something?
I don't know. Didn't Buddy send her the link?
I believe Buddy sent her the link, but there is a
problem with the link.
Maybe there's a problem with the link.
Yes, the robe actually is in the wash, Vince.
The robe is in the wash. That is the robe is washed. The robe gets washed
every now and then, once a month, whether it needs it or not.
See, she is trying to reach us. So, hold, please.
It's in there.
Let me double check and send the link again.
Can you forward her your email?
She's actually absolutely doing that.
This is a well put together show.
All these
buttons to push. Oh,
there's buttons. There's
She's
buttons
trying.
to push. Huh?
She's trying.
I know she is. Okay. I don't want to sit. But if not, we know she's out there.
Yeah, and we can talk about her, and she can listen to us talk about her.
Okay. Hey, Jessi, I just sent it to you from my personal email. So.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Hope to see you soon.
You're lost in the sea of email. I understand that completely.
Oh, I like.
There she is!
Yay!
I'm so sorry.
There she is!
Yeah. You were out swimming in the ocean, weren't you?
I'm so sorry. I'm sure
you were out swimming in the ocean, weren't you?
I wish I was. I'm sorry.
I'm hearing us.
We're getting a crazy feedback.
I know.
There we go.
Welcome.
Okay.
Miss Sharon, you are late to comic book school. Do you have a note from your mother?
All right, let me see. Oh, I messed up everything. All right.
Or maybe a note from your mermaid?
How do I stop the echo? I'm trying to solve it.
I think I think it's done.
Okay. I'm trying to solve it.
It's still there. It's a weird delay.
Okay.
As Vince says.
I mean, I'm using a headphone. That's what works for me.
Okay.
Okay. I'm using a headphone. That's what works for me.
I can get my headphones, but I'll have to be right back, like a dummy.
Got plenty of time.
And this is
We're
one
here
of
all
the
night.
big takeaways when you're doing a Kickstarter. You just have to keep going, right?
You're right.
Okay. We'll
Right,
hang
I'm
out.
gonna come right
We're going to
back.
talk about you.
You're right.
That was a pretty big delay.
A little bit, but
It's like listening back in time.
it's sort of fun. Let's see. But yeah, so again, this is one of the things I'm noticing. It's I'm sure She had a big day. Her Kickstarter started today.
Oh, so it's launch day.
Yeah, you know. So
There's
so
things
it's one
to
of those
do.
things of like,
Panic.
I'm sure. Can you imagine?
Don't you just? I always thought Kickstarter, you just kind of hit a button and everything then worked after that.
Not so much. I
Hmm.
mean, or at least I'm assuming not. But here's the actual, look, started 28 days to go. $10,000. But again, like I was saying, it's whimsical. It's a dark fantasy.
Mm-hmm. About a mermaid.
Okay, it says it's at 0% right now, but it's at 25%, and I don't know why it keeps showing that. I think it's
You gotta hit the refresh button.
it's my
Well,
aura.
no. They're adjusting for the comic book school cut.
Okay.
Because we need, we get like $25,000 out of this, right?
Sure. Yeah. That sounds good. Yeah, sure. Why
Yeah.
not? It needs to go a lot higher than that, though, because the current goal is only 10. So we're gonna need to.
We have faith it's going to go up.
Yeah, I'm gonna need all of your audience to back it so that you can get your big cut. That's what's gonna have to happen. So yeah. Sorry about the technological delays, and I'm sure that they did send me a link, and I just dunderheaded it up because I've never crowdfunded anything before, and I've been trying to promote it on like all of my socials, and I'm like, oh, where's the email? Oh, it's 8 p.m. Oh, I was supposed to be there at 7:45. And I'm sorry. So I apologize.
Happen. I mean, this is part of, and we get that because we're doing it on our own, and you're doing it on your own, and you're only like writing, illustrating, promoting,
coloring it, and like
coloring.
Yeah.
And I swear somebody had kids. Maybe it's Mike. Was that,
No kids from me yet. I have a really cute pug and I have a parrot, but I don't have any children.
That counts.
Yeah. I'm the oldest of 7 kids. I do love kids. So I'm always a big fan. So
as
big fan of children.
You did miss the pop quiz, ma'am.
Oh, no. Okay.
I think you probably would have gotten the right answer.
Yes. Okay. It was Corinth meets what? Who? A merman?
Yeah, a mermaid, yeah.
A nymph?
There you go. So you got the answer.
Okay.
I thought you were going to ask me like
a hard question.
I thought you were going to be like, Hans Christian Andersen's great aunt was known for her fossil collection. What were her fossils? And I'm like, Amenemite? And you're like, wrong. And then you like pull a lever and I like fall to hell. And that's why I was like, I'm bad at tests. So I was building up the anxiety in my head.
But I'm thinking you could have done this one well.
I probably could have.
So, welcome, congrats, hello.
Hi.
Getting it out there, launching your comic today, getting it all done. We saw the video, we played the video, which was great.
Awesome.
I was so happy with how it looked. I mean, like, that sounds silly, like I'm tooting my own horn, but they did cool things. They made it move. I'm a little kid like that. I'm like, you made it. It's like a cartoon. You made it move. It's alive. Like, it's really exciting to me.
Yeah, next you got to do a Kickstarter for the animated series.
That's honestly, that's like a really big dream. But this was a big dream. Like, since I was 13, all I've wanted to do was make a comic book for girls. I mean, it's for everybody, but when I was 13, I was like, there are comics for girls. Is that a job? Can I make that be a job? And like, I latched
comics for girls? No.
Well, there was a girl in front of me. Her name was Rhea, and she was really cool. And she was reading a volume of Sailor Moon, and I'd never seen anything like it. I liked X-Men. I thought X-Men was cool. I liked Rogue. I thought she was really pretty and cool. But I'd never seen like the big pretty eyes and the fashion and stuff. And I was like, whoa, what is that? And she's like, it's manga. And I was like, it's for girls? And she's like, yeah, a girl made it. And I was like, girls make comics for girls? That's a job? That's a job people can get? And I was like, like a duckling. I imprinted on it. I was like, that's my destiny. So
and manga is like there's everything in manga. There's manga.
Yeah.
There's like romance mangas, which
Yeah.
I,
Which you read all the time.
There's some really good ones this season. There's if you haven't seen it, it's really cute. My Dress Up Darling, and then there's like My Love Story's really cute. I love like well balanced romance where the two are
Mike,
Yes.
are you familiar with My Dress Up Darling?
It's
And
so cute.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's
Yeah,
so
I have
cute.
volumes of it on my bookshelf.
I was watching this season, and there's an episode where Marin, the lead girl, tells Gojo, the boy, she just says, "I appreciate you," and I was like crying. I was like a mess, and I was like, I don't usually get like that moved at love scenes. Like you could be kissing, and it's like, oh, they fought to be together. It's cute, but in that moment, I was so for it. I was like, oh, she appreciates him. And he appreciates her. I was like really into. Obviously,
all right.
well, yeah. Like,
but hang on, let's talk about. So let's reel it back. Let's reel it back.
Sorry, I got excited.
I
about
see what you
anime.
did there. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, we're going with the bad C puns.
I like
So
it.
I guess like the first question is sort of I can see. Well, okay, that wasn't a C pun. I can kind of see where you might get inspired for this, but putting together what did you feel as though was like the trickiest part, or like what's I guess what's the trickiest part? Because like most of our audience, or a comic book school, it's like
Sure.
when Mike puts his own Kickstarter campaign out for
The magical
an
robe.
extreme home makeover kind of thing, or extreme makeover, what serves him well? What would serve him well?
Okay, so like for promoting your Kickstarter, or did you mean promoting the
What was the
book?
hardest part? What was the easiest part about putting
Okay.
together a Kickstarter?
Oh, okay. Well, thankfully, Iron Circus is the publisher, so they've been helping me a lot, and like they're running it. But when you're promoting it, you really want to be on top of all of your socials, and you really want to ask your friends who actually care and who actually are adjacent to what you do to share your material and your links, because it's one thing if someone with a lot of followers shares you, but let's say you have a person with like, I don't know, 80,000 followers, but they're a makeup influencer. It might get you some people looking at it, but it also might just be like, oh, they'll just scroll past it. But you might have somebody with 3,000 followers, but all of them really love comics. Then they'll see it. And so it's like, and it's okay to ask. That's what something I've really realized as I have gotten to be a grown-up, is that it's okay to ask for help. And if you ask your friends, a lot of times they'll say yes. And a lot of times you'll do the same thing for them. So it's like, it's okay. I really like that about the comics community, especially the indie community. I have so many friends. They're all so kind. Like, they really will go out of their way to like share your links and like tell their friends in real life, or like, if I have material I need passed out, because like I'm making bookmarks, people will, whoa, is that my end or is that you? Do you hear the whooshing?
Ruth, what's
No,
going
that's
on?
me.
Okay.
Are you whooshing?
Sorry, I was whooshing.
What are you doing? Your laundry or something?
Yes,
Okay.
No, I have an air
No,
conditioner,
I'm
and
sorry.
I was hoping.
With how much of mistakes I was making, I was like, it's me. I'm the whoosher. I was like,
I
what
know
am
now.
what am I doing now?
I'm
But
Winnie the Woosher.
Winnie the Woosher.
So basically,
Wow, I
it's
lost
to
my
keep
train of
top on socials. To ask, don't be afraid to ask your friends.
Yeah.
It's like, this is a passion project. Usually, I mean, if you're doing, yes, that was the sound of sea waves.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Cool. That other
Except
question.
it wasn't. I was trying to turn on an air conditioner. It's like 90 degrees here.
No,
in New York.
it's hot. It's hot here today too in Maryland. It's hot and muggy. I have like a headache. Anyway, but I hope it cools down for you.
Yeah,
soon.
but the takeouts are it's like you're doing a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
You're ordering takeout. You should stay on top of your socials. Don't be afraid to ask your friends.
Don't be afraid to ask your friends. It's okay to, and I was always really worried about spamming my socials too much. But what I forgot was everybody's following a ton of people. And with the way the scroll is set up, they're only seeing it once. Like, yeah, you're posting it a bunch of times, but no one's really sitting on your profile watching your posts over and over again. They're just seeing it in their feed. So it's okay. You can share it a bunch of times. And it's okay. Don't be embarrassed. Ask your friends for help. That was a big one. And they will usually say yes, which was another thing I was surprised by.
Well, if they like it, they'll say yes. And if they don't like it, that's a different conversation.
They'll say yes anyway. They're your friends.
They probably will.
Yeah. Depends on the friends, but yeah.
I was one thing me and Iron Circus both agreed on, especially because it's my first ever Kickstarter, and I wanted to focus in on the book. So it's really just the book. It's just the print version of the book and the PDF of the book. And I think that could be good. I think a lot of times when people start a crowdfund or a Kickstarter and they're new to it, like me, they'll get excited and they'll think I have to do all these backing rewards, and that can be like so overwhelming. And then I just want to focus in on the book and make sure that the book is as good as possible and that that's the real star of the show. So I guess don't overwhelm yourself, pace yourself. I'm scheduling tweets. That's something I'm doing. And I'm setting up Google alerts. So if anybody's mentioning the book, I can go in and be like, oh, da, 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 if anybody's mentioning the book in a positive way, I can reach out to them and they can either post a link, or a lot of times they'll be more than happy to have a little talk with me or share it in a different way. So I'm sorry if I'm rambling too much. I'm a little nervous.
No, it's good. I mean, again, if like you folks, I've got some artwork. We showed it before. If you're interested in seeing it, this is where you go. IronCircus.com/product/CNU. We can share it some other places. But yeah, it's like, don't be afraid. It's like if you're, and I'm going to go so far as, because sometimes I've had the experience, I'm sure Mike, and I'm sure you, Jessi, have never had it, of sharing something with friends and then they don't like it.
My first webcomic, my friends didn't like it and I couldn't get anyone to read it, and I worked so hard on it.
But hopefully they gave you some notes of this is what I'm not digging. Yeah. And that's the part. And but yeah, you should always, if they've got issues, you should, if they've got issues with your comic.
See what you did there too. That's
it's a little fishy, my puns.
Oh boy.
Would your comic school audience be interested at all in any feedback on my webcomic audience experience? Because that's a big help in a lot of ways. So my webcomic experience with the places I've been uploading it has been really positive. And I am knowing that a lot of them are going to be buying the book. There were some things I wish I'd known when I started posting. And if anybody was going to be started to posting a webcomic now, I would be here's some tips. So one thing, it's always really good to engage with your audience. Anybody who leaves a positive comment, you can always just leave an emoji, be nice. It really encourages your audience to interact with you. And for whatever reason, if you want to know about the dreaded algorithms, if you have a lot of comments, you show up more in search engines, in recommendations, in all sorts of things. It's just one of those things that features highly in getting your work seen on certain sites like Tapas and Webtoon Canvas that I've noticed. This is my personal experimentation over the years that I've seen having good feedback. When I started responding to comments consistently, I had more comments, and I would get more and more readers coming in. And one of the things I would do is directly ask my readers questions. People love to answer questions. It's really cute, especially if you ask them questions about themselves, which sounds narcissistic, but it's actually really fun. So you can even let's say your character's going through something really difficult, Corinth often is in the story. And a lot of times when I was writing her parts of her story, I would get a stomach ache. I would feel really bad for her. And I would, you could say things to the audience what would you do if you were in her shoes? Is there somebody you would call? Is there something you would say if this was your friend? And like people will just join in, and that can be kind of heavy, but you can also ask lighter stuff like, if you were a mermaid, what would your tail be? And people can answer like, I would be a manatee, or I would be a seal, I would be an orca, I would be a shark, I'd be a tiger shark. You know, it's just fun. People like, it's that kind of BuzzFeedy personality quiz feeling, but it's also fun because you get to know your audience like that, and like the audience feels like you're having a real conversation with them. And that's one of the really fun things about webcomics that I think is like underappreciated, is that like live immediate feedback. A lot of times that could be negative and scary, but for me it was always really like positive. Like I have chronic pain and like chronic health problems, and a lot of times I'm sorry, I'm talking so long. Anyway, I have chronic pain and chronic health problems, and a lot of times I would be so discouraged, and it was just hard to keep going. And I would upload a page, you know, oftentimes after feeling just awful, and there'd just be like a handful of the kindest comments, and I was just like, I could draw another page, I could finish. And it was like, I could do it. And it was like, I think it's one of the most like charming things about webcomics. But always invite your audience to actively participate. And that will always help. And because of like my webcomic audience, it's helping the crowdfund, because I can directly go to my readers who like the story, and I'm like, hey guys, here it is, here's a link. I even made like a little drawing of myself being like, let's go, we can go right now. And I'm planning on doing a Twitch stream later this week where I'm going to be like live sketching the characters and like asking for requests and being like, by the way, check out the crowdfund every couple minutes, you know what I mean? And that way it's another like actively involving with the audience. Okay, what can I
okay, so the final question we usually ask is, what's one thing you wish someone had told you earlier in your career?
I did say earlier, which was like, it's okay to ask for help. I would also say collaborate with your peers. A lot of times I was so thinking I needed to reach really high above myself and get the attention of like famous people. And I would get sad and discouraged
like
when
Mike,
I was
famous people like Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3-time Emmy Award winner.
That's awesome. But I mean, like anybody I admired. And I would be frustrated because I was like, these people with huge accounts aren't paying attention to me. And I'd get down on myself. And then I would like start talking to other like small creators. Like at the time I had like nobody followed me, like 80 people maybe. And I started forming these friendships, and the creativity and like the strength of the community I formed with other creators I was coming up with was like so nice. So it's like, don't forget your peers around you. It's cool to collaborate. You can pool your resources. Like, you know, it sounds silly, like, but if you have 100 followers and your friend has 100 followers and you do a little collaboration comic, well, now 200 people are looking at it instead of just 100 people. And that can really boost you in a lot of ways. You never know what will lead to something else. And don't be discouraged if something doesn't go through. Like when I was first starting really being a full-time artist, I had a contract that I really wanted and it just fell through. And I was so mad at myself. I was like, you stupid failure. I was like, so I'm just beating myself up. I was just like, it was awful. And then like a month later, I got a way better contract. And I was like, if I'd gotten the first contract, I couldn't have done the way better contract. So it's like, art isn't you're not trying to win right away. It's a long haul, and like, you know, have fun, engage with your peers, and like, you know, be kind. And it really does pay off. Like, it sounds silly, but like being nice and engaging with people and like actively participating in like the scene, and just, you know, making stuff and making it easy to be found and shared is like a big trick these days. And I wish I'd known that earlier. That's all.
Mike, you agreeing with that?
All good
be
advice.
Nice, be found. Ask advice. Ask advice from friends.
Yes, definitely. Your friends are the ones that start the whole process.
Yeah. And they'll have a lot of valuable insight, like you said. Like sometimes you make something, maybe it's a dud, but they'll be like, but this stuff was good, so lean into that. And you're like, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
And it's not just they're not just yes men. If it sucks, they'll tell you, no, this is terrible.
I mean, your friends are not going to just say yes.
Yeah. And you know who your real friends are. Like, you know, they'll value your time and you'll value their time. So, yeah. Okay.
Good stuff. Good advice.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
Yay.
Bella.
Okay.
I'm sorry I was late again,
Stellar.
but I had a lot of fun.
No, and that's fine. That's good. You know, like I said, we were talking about you. You know,
I hope you liked it. Okay.
Yeah, we watched
stuff that we saw so
we
far. Was
watched the
great.
video. We talked about you. We, you know, made some. You know, we made a fish fillet joke.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely. I love fish jokes. I'm not a dad, but I'm a fan of dads and their humor. So
Are you fishing for compliments here?
I always
see, that
am
was-
fishing for compliments.
That was terrible.
Yeah,
I'm not going to carp on about this.
I don't even have any good fish puns. I'm just being owned right now. I'm just being defeated. I'm being slaughtered. You're fish filleting me.
You're being
All
skewered.
right. Thank you. Yes. Fish kebab even. All right. I'll let you
All right,
go.
so we're
Thank
going
you.
to kick you out
Thank you for
and start
having
a
me.
wrap up. Thank you. Come back in a while and let us know how it's going.
I will. All right. Thank you so much.
And yeah, maybe next time we'll have you interact and draw some stuff for us.
Yes,
You got
that'd
it.
be
I'd
awesome.
love to. Actually.
Whale of a good time.
Sure. I'd love to draw something for you. All right. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I did a pun. Ugh.
She did a pun. Okay, so cool. Glad she came by, but like, yeah, it was like nice enthusiasm, which I think is actually not that she sort of said it, but if you're doing, you know, if you're doing your own comics, if you're self-publishing or publishing with, you know, somebody like Iron Circus, it's like you gotta love it. You gotta be you know, you can't be afraid to ask your friends. You can't be afraid to listen to your friends, you know. So, because sometimes they've got valid, you know, come on.
Occasionally.
Occasionally.
Yeah. Not all of them.
Sometimes. So, you know. So, yeah. So, all right. So, this is the part now. If you're up for a little bit more, a little while later. Here, wait.
You got to click the button. Buddy does trouble clicking the button.
I got to hit the button. Yeah, I'm bad, by the way. I'm super bad at promoting myself, but like, which is why my stream here has 13. That's 13 subscribers, but you know.
Hey, it could
But
be
you
worse.
can
You
come
could only
up-
have 12.
It's true. 13 is very lucky.
Yeah.
And tonight we're talking about Superman Kal-El. We start at 9, so you know. And Mike, you know, everybody's wondering, where's the robe?
I told you the robe's in the wash today. It's being
You
cleaned.
actually wash the robe?
Yes,
You
once
don't
a
have
month.
like a backup robe?
I have 2 backup robes, but I'm not, you know, not huge fans of them. So today was just an actual clothes day. Well, the
You wore
robe is in
actual
the wash.
clothes?
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird, I know. Strange. But, you know, sometimes you got to do things you're not comfortable with. It makes you a better person.
Yes.
At least
All
that's
right.
what I'm
So
told.
here's better for your immune system. All right. So thank you for coming to Comics Book School. Remember to like Comics Book School. Remember to subscribe Comic Book School.
Comic book school.
Comic Book School. And then, you know, maybe check me out at Combination.
Yes.
Also
You
on
need-
YouTube and Facebook.
You should put that thing up again. Promote yourself more.
I'm bad at it. But Combination, we do trivia. It's a trivia show about Superman, son of Kal-El.
All right. Sounds good.
He's famous for what now? All right.
Being
Okay.
Superman.
Yeah, that. Got a fancy new cape.
Ooh.
All right. Next week, by the way, Buddy's back. So, you know, this will be far better with Buddy.
I don't know about that. Oh, look, we got the credits and us. That's new. You can dance a little. Little head bob.
There. Yeah.